Wow, how exciting was 2024? While every year has been exciting since launching the journey in 2017, I want to take just a few minutes and give you a 30,000-foot view at all that God did through the journey in 2024. First, I want to start with how the gospel transformed lives. In 12 months of ministry, 27 people made us aware that they responded to the gospel by surrendering their lives to Christ. Those are just the people that made a decision to let us know. I can't help but believe that there are many more that never shared that information with us. Of those 27 people, we had the privilege of baptizing 22 of those individuals. Another very exciting part of those baptisms was the installation of a permanent baptistry on stage. I'm not sure if this building ever had a baptistry, but with biblical baptism by immersion being a part of our DNA, we felt it necessary to install one to be used anytime a person makes that critical decision to take the next step in their Christian journey. Along with the addition of this baptistry, we also completed a full stage redesign, removing the giant video screen and installing some decorative wooden design and stage curtains, along with a large TV in the center for clear image interaction during worship. While baptism is a critical part of every Christ follower's journey when surrendering to Jesus, it certainly doesn't stop there. Discipleship is another one of the growing processes that we take very serious. So serious, in fact, that we created what we believe as a staff is the working definition of a disciple at the Journey Community Church. A transformed follower of Christ living out his mission. This is something that everybody in our church should have memorized by now. And if you haven't, you've got work to do. Get on board. Let's do it together. This definition shapes how we pour into people. There are currently about 29 people actively involved in our focused discipleship process on a weekly basis. That's more than 10% of our entire congregation, which is a great first step. Pastor Ben and his band of volunteers have completed 3 foundations classes in 2024 and has 4 scheduled in 2025. In addition to focused discipleship, another part of our growth strategy is community groups. In 2024, there were 10 community groups meeting all over the Miami Valley on various nights of the week. In those groups, we had roughly 73% of our congregation involved in a weekly community group. Compare that to the national average that only has 40% of their weekly attendance involved in a group. Statistics suggest that a healthy church has at least 60%. At 73% of the journey, I'd say we're doing great. Keep it up. And if you're not involved in a community group, let's fix that. In our student ministries, we hired Pastor Kenny full-time in 2024 and ordained him back in October. Since Pastor Kenny came on in January, we've seen a 48% increase in attendance in our student ministry. There were 5 students who surrendered their lives to Christ in 2024, and 4 of those students were baptized. Throughout 2024, there were 9 students who were actively serving on a Sunday morning in various areas of the church on a Sunday morning. Journey Kids Ministry, worship ministries, ushers, removing the journey signs and flags from the area after worship, all types of things. In November, there were 19 students who attended the fall retreat, and since that retreat, 3 of those students have begun attending student nightlife here on Sunday nights. In our Journey Kids ministry, memorizing scripture has become a regular rhythm for the kids. During Vacation Bible School, all 43 kids in attendance memorized the Bible verse for that week. Colleen still has kids that recite that verse to her every single week, as well as the weekly verses that they're still doing on a regular basis. That is only one way that our children are becoming transformed followers of Christ, living out his mission. Parent discipleship is also part of our Journey Kids culture. Colleen sends out weekly emails to parents about what their kids are learning in Journey Kids so that those parents can begin the discipleship process at home by following up on that week's lesson. Like I told you, in our summer VBS, we saw a 40% increase in attendance from the previous year, with 100% of those attending successfully memorizing the weekly memory verse. One thing that we're serious about is providing an opportunity for the entire family to connect while they're at our VBS. We do this by providing dinner, not only for the kids attending, but also for the rest of the family as well. Colleen has a volunteer group who plans out the menu, creatively shops for the meals, prepares the meals, and serves those meals to the families every single night during VBS. It's a great way to tangibly serve those who are attending. Over the summer, we hosted 2 mission teams, one from Green Hill, Alabama, another from Bowling Green, Kentucky. With the team from Alabama, we were able to remodel our student center as well as demo the new Journey Kids space that's being built right now as we speak. We only had the team for 2 days, but in those 2 days, we were able to accomplish quite a bit of work. With the team from Kentucky, we went back to the Ideal Mobile Home Park and did a community cleanup day where we served the residents in whatever capacity they needed. We assisted them in projects like landscaping, mowing various lots, trimming trees, weed removal from sidewalks, trash removal from empty lots, things of that nature. At the end of the event, we hosted a block party for the residents where we set up our bounce houses. We had a big cookout. All the residents were loved on. They were shown the love of Jesus through this team and our own volunteers from here at the Journey. Additionally, the Journey participated in 4 domestic mission trips, 1 to Cleveland, Ohio in July, and 3 to Pensacola, North Carolina in November for disaster relief from Hurricane Helene. Among those 4 trips, we had 46 people on mission in 2024. Listen to this. That is roughly 19% of our regular church attendance going on mission. I have worked in churches where we have a goal of sending out 10% on mission, and typically we didn't even reach that goal. So to see 19% of the Journey go out from the Journey on mission is absolutely incredible. Our men's and women's ministry, they really began to take form in 2024 as well. Each group hosted special gathering events to encourage community and fellowship within the church body. The women hosted an overnight retreat at a local camp. The men hosted a big gathering for the entire afternoon and evening. Both events combined had over 100 participants involved, which is another great sign of a healthy church family. That's roughly 65% of our adult attendance joining in on extended fellowship and community. So let's get down to the brass tacks. Let's talk about healthy church growth. Our attendance grew by 34.5% in 2024. Giving, because of your generosity, increased by 21% in 2024. We're only 1 month into 2025, and we've already seen a 6.5% growth in weekly attendance from December of 2024 to January of 2025. Now, unfortunately, the financial part hasn't taken shape yet, but January always starts out slow. And so let me remind you, if you are a faithful giver to the Journey Community Church, please don't let up. We're going to need that as we do more and go further, faster with the gospel in 2025. So I hope you really can see that we've experienced a lot of wins in 2024. I can't wait to see what God's going to do with the Journey in 2025. So here's my question. What part will you allow him to use you for in writing his story in 2025? Don't give up, church. We are a church who is making disciples, who are gathering, growing, giving, and going. What will God use you for this year? I hope you have a great rest of your day. I love being your pastor. We'll see you soon.